and he's giving stuff away.
All right, they announced the tour this morning. Third Eye Blind headlining the Summer Gods Tour 2024 with Yellow Card and a band called Arizona, who are from New Jersey. It is Friday, July 5th out at Blossom. Big, hopefully extended Independence Day weekend. Tickets, everything else, you can go to livenation.com, or you can win this pair by being caller number 10. Third Eye Blind and Company. Good luck. Caller 10, 216-578-1007, 800-348-1007.
I met Alan.
Did you?
I gave him marijuana.
Oh, great.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Another $1,000 for you here in about 9 minutes. Back on our bull shrimp with the Buzzard Bookie. Why not? $1,000. About 13 times a day.
I want $1,000 13 times a day.
I know, right?
That'd be nice.
It'd be pretty nice.
I could have a stay-at-home girlfriend.
Is that what you'd put it towards?
Nope.
No, I was going to say,
No.
Here, honey. Here's this.
You go work.
Yeah. I like working, man. Everybody talks about how I'd love to have a, I know I have a cool job too, but a job is still a job,
Well, there's aspects of it that if you could have not to do, like there's definitely things that you wouldn't do if you didn't have to.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I like working. I don't ever have any kind of
when you told
concept of retirement,
we're going to be on Martin Luther King Jr. Day because you didn't want to take another day off after having almost 3 weeks off.
Well, yeah, we were gone and I feel weird about it.
Why? Because you're white?
Because I'm white.
But it's a national holiday.
I know
We're part of the nation.
I know it is.
Juneteenth's in the middle of the week. Are we taking that off?
Nope.
Oh, come on.
We're going to be here on Juneteenth, too.
I want a Wednesday off. I love a Wednesday off.
It throws off my whole momentum.
Oh,
Day off in the middle of the week.
I like it.
You can take it off if you want.
I will
be here.
because I respect the holiday.
I'm here to work.
I think we should be celebrating the way our black forefathers would have wanted.
Well, maybe I'll defer to someone else's judgment on that. But no,
I think you're spitting in the face of the movement if you don't take that day off.
Well, I think it would be spitting in the face of the movement to not be here and to be able to converse with our brothers and sisters in the way that only we can do.
No,
not being here now again, it's in June, so we've got plenty of lead time on Juneteenth. But I feel a little silly taking Juneteenth off. Poundcake can take Juneteenth off if he wants.
I'm going to come, but I'm just going to wear my dashiki.
Your dashiki.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I think if you have a holiday that you get paid for to take off, you should take it off.
That's fine. I'm just saying I feel weird taking Juneteenth off.
And Martin Luther King.
They made it. Well, that's just because we just got off vacation, right?
Feel weird taking off President's Day?
Nope.
White guy?
Nope. That's in February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's in Black History Month.
He's like,
now,
Columbus Day, we're taking off. Absolutely.
Now, February 5th is National Fart Day, so I will be taking that off. But
what day of
no,
the
we
week
get
is it?
this. It's a Monday. We get this list of company holidays. And we used to take MLK Day off. And then I stopped. Then we started doing an MLK Day bit where I'd send out the intern and, ask people trivia questions. And that was fine. But we just got off holiday vacation. It feels weird to come back, do a week, then take Monday off. That's just me.
Hey, you're the boss.
If I'm here.
You're the boss.
I'm here to
if you
work.
don't want to celebrate the works of Martin Luther King Jr.
I can.
You want to just say
I don't have to be
nothing that he did was important, so I'm not going to honor his holiday.
I am honoring him.
Okay?
I am honoring him by working as hard at my job as he did at his, which is trying to change the mind of the Caucasian and the Negro alike. And when Juneteenth comes around, I'm not taking a holiday off in the middle of the week. Poundcake can take Juneteenth off if he wants.
But if 4th of July's on, I think it's on a Thursday this year, taking that off.
Yeah, but that's a whole weekend thing. 4th of July, I'm usually out of town for 4 or 5 days. So, yeah, I'll take that Thursday and Friday off for 4th of July. That's the end of the week. But doing a Monday, Tuesday, and then taking Wednesday off for Juneteenth, it feels silly to me.
I feel like you don't respect the holiday.
I don't have to take the day off to honor and respect the holiday. Of course I respect the holiday. But people had to be dragged kicking and screaming into Juneteenth.
Which is why we should embrace it.
And everybody takes it off.
But we should embrace it. And treat it like all the other holidays. We should treat
guys calling their friend the N-word nonstop. They take Juneteenth off.
But don't do it on Juneteenth.
That ain't for me.
I think Juneteenth.
I'm just telling you what I think. I'm not telling you it's right. Just telling you what I think.
I have a friend that works for a company, and they'll call and be like, "Are we still getting service today, or are you guys taking off Juneteenth?" And that's why I think you should take it off.
Because of your friend's service calls?
Well, just because people treat it like it's not a real holiday.
I'm not treating it like it's not it is a real holiday. It's a federal holiday.
Right.
It's
so
a company who's treating it like it's not a holiday.
There's a lot of people that still want to fight back against it.
That's okay. I'm going to be answering the phones like, Alan Cox Show. Mm-hmm. What you want.
And you should. It'll just sound like it's just be you and me, buddy.
Is this Alan Cox? Mm-hmm. What you want?
He's going to tell everybody I made him come in.
Go ahead.
I'm saying right here, I'm not making anybody come in. I'm saying I will be here.
I mean, in the summer, Poundcake,
There's plenty of
you wanna
summer.
come over?
What did we ever do before Juneteenth became a federal holiday?
I don't know, but
we were working.
If we get a day off in the middle of June,
I'm going to Oberlin for Tappan Square, and they have a big Juneteenth celebration because they're woke like that.
I'll be there with you.
Yeah, and
in spirit. I'm going to be
All
in
right.
my pool, but in spirit, I'll be at the big Juneteenth celebration. But
I think that's when they give away the school supplies.
I'll be there. Yeah.
Well, then I guess we'll circle back around to Juneteenth. I'll just
especially if it's a real nice day, and I can just have drinks in my pool. I'm gonna be having drinks in my pool.
We should do a live broadcast from Tappan Square in Oberlin.
I'm reading a book from a big Hollywood producer, and he went to Oberlin. He's talking about what a great experience Oberlin was.
What producer was it?
Not Jimmy Burrows. Yeah, James Burrows. He went to Oberlin. He's the guy behind Cheers and Will and Grace and all this kind of stuff. He had a very, very storied Hollywood career. His dad was a huge, New York producer when he was a kid and kind of fell into the business, but had a huge amount of success.
Cool.
In the business.
Yeah, I miss it. I didn't appreciate Oberlin when I was growing up there, but now I understand why it is the way it is.
Yep. Well, you never can appreciate things when you're right in the middle of it, right?
You don't know what you don't know until you grow up and know it.
That's right. Let me give you this money here. It is $1,000 to put in your pocket or maybe catch up on if you got yourself into a hole over the holidays. You can make it a little shallower here. It's $1,000 from the Buzzard bookie, so listen closely and good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Check. That's check. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
I was reading about this girl out Mansfield way who has been missing. She's 16 years old. And, you think, oh, my God, somebody grabbed her and God knows what. There's no shortage. We were just watching one last night about a girl who'd been abducted near Toledo. This is 2020. We were clicking around last night after our daughter went to bed. And 2020 was running a thing on this girl. 2016, this girl had gone missing outside Toledo. And it didn't end well. But there was a girl out Mansfield way who went missing. And they found her because she was playing World of Warcraft. Her gamer tag pinged. And that's how they found her. So on the one hand, you go, well, did somebody snatch this girl or what? Or did she go willingly? World of Warcraft helped the cops down in Florida to find this teenage girl from out Mansfield way. This guy, she had met a guy online, Dunedin, Florida. I hadn't looked to see where that was. I don't know if we have bureau chiefs down there. But this 31-year-old dude had met her, like, playing the game or whatever. And so the cops, her gamer tag pings on the game, and the cops track it or whatever, and this guy denies knowing who she is, but then he comes clean and he goes, I drove to Ohio to meet her and bring her back
Creep, dude.
and then make her my wife. So it doesn't sound like he, like, abducted her per se. I mean, she's 16, still a minor. But if she's in the guy's house playing World of Warcraft, the details on the girl are, like, pretty sketchy. And I think she's back home with her parents, which is good. And then this guy gets a whole battery of charges because, you know, taking a minor across state lines, all that kind of stuff. The Matt Gaetz special, I think is what they call it, down there in Florida. But he said that he told the cops that he had been in a romantic relationship with the girl and was going to hide her in his home and make her his wife. I don't know if he was going to hide her for the next 2
Is
years.
that
Whenever
how
you have to
show
hide
interest?
somebody, whenever you have to hide somebody to make them your wife, I feel like you got to reassess the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And when these people meet online, there's always a digital paper trail, whether it's texts or in-game messages or whatever it is. And so all you have to do is go to that, right?
They
These
go,
are
oh, let's get the transcripts, and then boom, you're done. You're done.
Yeah, he said that he was going to meet her in Ohio and have sex despite knowing that he was committing a crime. This 31-year-old dude from Florida. So they found her. She'd been gone, but they don't know if she ran away or...
Well, it sounds like she willingly went
went
with
the guy.
Yeah. She's trying to be a stay-at-home girlfriend.
Now she's a wife, though.
Well, no, I don't.
I don't know if it happened,
they didn't
yeah.
get married, yeah, but that was his plan.
Fiance.
That was, you know, people can be indefinitely engaged, and that's a gray area there. You know, if you go, hey, we're engaged, well, she's 16. I don't know what the age of consent is in Florida, but I'm sure Poundcake will tell me.
I do not know.
Oh, okay.
Why would I know?
You're kind of my go-to guy.
I don't live in Florida, though.
That doesn't matter. You know a lot of things about a lot of other places. Age of consent is 18 years old.
I was just, but I wouldn't even think of that because I'm not looking to sleep with anybody under the age of 18.
Don't
especially
fight
in
it.
Florida.
Lean into it.
No,
Don't
absolutely
fight it.
not.
Don't fight it.
I don't need Poundcake the groomer trending. No, thank you.
The groomer. So, hey, I didn't even know World of Warcraft was still a thing. There's so many kind of rip-off games or first-person shooters or online role-playing games, you know, that kind of stuff. I didn't even know that was still around.
I didn't know Pokemon Go was still a thing.
Oh, Pokemon's still a thing.
People are still. I'm like,
Yeah.
bitch, you just in someone's lawn getting a Charizard? I don't understand.
Someone's lawn.
When over Christmas break, me and Pants and Tommy from my podcast, we went up to Jamestown, New York, and we see Tommy just kind of wandering around with her phone, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, there's so many Pokemon here. And so she was all excited about that. So a lot of people still play it.
So where do they find like the
Did
rare
you remind her
ones?
that she was a grown woman?
I don't need to remind her that. She likes to play it. What, I'm gonna shame someone for having fun?
Yes.
Fun.
Yes.
Why would I do that?
No, I'm kidding. What, Cody?
Where do they find like the rare Pokemon? Like, are they in people's yards or are they in like hard places to
I don't.
get? Or they're just,
I don't know.
They're under
Anything-
plywood
yeah.
in a guy's barn floor.
I'm saying like, what if you saw a
They're down
murder?
in Florida. Come on down. I'll show you all the rare Pokemon.
That's what I'm saying though. Like,
I'll make you my wife. You'll get some rare Pokemon. It'll be
It's
fine.
gonna be great.
seriously, like if there's like a Pokemon in
I
like,
don't know how it works.
the
man.
woods somewhere, and then you discover a body on your journey. Like someone was looking for, a Mew, and then they discovered, a body that they've been looking for since the 1800s. And then,
1800s. The Pokemon since the 1800s.
Oh, we finally cracked that
you-
cold case thanks to Pokemon.
Yeah.
yeah, that would be a great news story. That'd be a great headline for them.
There's got to be something, as long as Pokemon Go has been a thing now, because it really blew up over COVID. People were just outside doing anything.
Mhm.
So they were just, people in parks crawling around looking for. There's got to be a story like that where something else was found that had been lost.
Like when joggers find bodies and
Yeah.
stuff.
Goddamn fly.
That was intense.
I thought I had it earlier.
I know.
Too.
Every
it was
time
on the
I
chair
think
over
I
here. I
have
was like,
it.
boom. I thought I snatched it like I've done with all these other flies.
You got to do it so slowly when you see it. You can't move too fast because
Right.
my implement will then move the air and it'll feel it. But if you go too slow, it takes off again.
Right. So it's a delicate balance.
Such
You're
a
supposed
delicate
to come from the
balance.
side or something like that. I
My
don't know.
goodness.
Where'd it go?
Terrible. Well, we got our daughter. She's fully in her Pokemon phase right now, too.
Her Pokemon bag.
We got got her a Switch, Nintendo Switch, for Christmas. So we play like Mario Kart and all that stuff. And you can check games out at the library with a little, it's on the little SD card or whatever. It's not discs anymore. You just pop it in the thing. Still got to download them for a second. But
Yeah, do the updates.
stuff like that. But I don't know if they're like, first, I'm looking for like a good shooter on Switch, and I don't know if they're a thing. I'm sure some of you nerds will tell me. You can text me if there are. I'm just looking for, because I'm not going to be sitting around playing Nintendo Switch. But on that occasion where I got an hour and I can do that, I don't really want to play Pokemon Snap. I don't want to play Mario Kart.
Well, what do you
I'd like
wanna
to play something grown up. I want to know what like 18+ shooters are on there.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
nothing,
Just like,
that's not really
I know that's
Nintendo's world.
I know that's not their thing, but there have to be. If you go into that Nintendo store, there are clearly no gatekeepers, just because there are god awful games that just people develop and put in there in that store. So there have to be. I wasn't going to spend an hour going through it when I could just use the shortcut.
You just want like do you like GoldenEye? Because you can get.
I mean, I played it on the N64 25
You can get
years
the
ago.
N64 games. Like, there's like a package you can get, and it's got all these old N64 games.
Oh, is that true?
And you can play GoldenEye or any of N64 games. They have a GameCube package. They have a SNES package, regular NES package.
Well, maybe I'll do that.
That's
then.
what I play. Is all those older games because I like those ones.
Because like we have Pac-Man and stuff like that, and that's fine. But like in a pinch, it'd be I don't know if they have. I don't know what they have on Switch.
They might have like the Call of Duties. I don't know, but I don't know if they go as graphic as the other systems do.
Yeah. Doom and Wolfenstein. Yeah, again, my worry is that it's going to be like those OG Doom graphics too, because again, that's not
What's wrong with that?
Nintendo's world, like you said, is not those kinds of games.
Right.
But I would think that at least a few of them would be available on the Switch.
Well, just get a PlayStation 5 then.
I'm not, because again, I won't have time to really do it. But now that this is in our house, I would like there to be one or two games that I can play if I want to. If I have, most of the time it's going to be her doing it because it's hers. But I'd like to look for something like that. There's a Resident Evil or it's just something where you can, kill Nazis. Not to make some of you mad, but I would like a game where I can kill Nazis. That'd be great. The Switch is not a good platform for Switch. What? Oh, the games are stripped down because it's not as powerful. Well, that's kind of what I was asking too. Is it's like it's not that big of a deal where I'm going to sit there and play some blocky 16-bit Doom game.
And play and get in and out.
Yeah, have fun.
You don't need.
I didn't know if they had Fallout on the Switch or. It did look to be mostly a catalog of kiddie games because that's what Nintendo does. We had a GameCube back in the day and all that, but Nintendo Store has a bunch of old games. Yeah, this is what I was hoping for, that somebody who's doing that would be able to text me and get me hip to it. But again, I didn't even know that World of Warcraft was still out there and still a thing. I was reading about a girl who wants to file charges because she got raped in the metaverse.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
I didn't even know the metaverse was still a thing. I thought that went under.
No, there's people in there doing it.
No, because my brother's fiance's daughter got a virtual reality Meta
Quest.
whatever it is, but you got the goggles and then like the little controllers, and she was playing with it, and she nearly took me out the game because she like punched me in the stomach. Like she was like walking around like, this is dangerous and this should not be for kids walking around the house and you can't see anything, but you really have to like participate in the game. So I feel like you really need like a metaverse room where you got padded walls, so if you walk into something, it's not going to be that bad. But
Well, there
she
was a
got
girl.
one for-
There was a girl in England. There was a girl in the UK who was she's under 16, and she was playing a game online, and she said that several male players gang raped her digital avatar. And so, obviously, the big picture is that no country is prepared yet legally for this kind of stuff, but also, like, that's got to make real life victims feel real good when somebody's like, "Oh, it was the same thing," because the truth is probably somewhere in between, because you can't be physically injured in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
But some people are so tied to those games that that's like their whole identity.
No,
nevertheless,
no,
that's
I'm not
different.
saying. I'm not saying it's the same thing. I'm not
No,
saying it's the
but
same
I'm
thing.
saying they're not tied to the game. They're not. There's no ties.
Take the mask off.
Exactly.
Take the thing off.
No, like
Or
this
just-
is not
yeah.
going to. You are
You
not
can
going to.
exit the room that you're in.
You are not going to tie up the court system for lawsuits like this. No, people are just looking for ways to get money and sue.
Well,
Facebook.
listen, I mean, the law always has to catch up with technology, and there will probably be something that they'll have to. It's an interesting case.
If that's the case, are they gonna cancel Leisure Suit Larry? Like, all those games were like pervy
Leisure
back in the
Lou,
day.
he was, but it was consensual.
Well, but they
what
also
about Grand Theft Auto.
But this whole metaverse thing, in whatever form it
Those
takes,
are NPCs.
No, you're gonna be convicted of sex trafficking by buying a prostitute in Grand Theft Auto.
But that's an NPC. That's not a person.
It's not a person.
right? It's not another person that's doing VR, and you're running up behind them, and
I hate this world that we're.
No, I
in.
think it's great. I think these are interesting. I think that
No.
if you're a real life rape victim, you don't want to hear a story like this, right? You want to be like, oh yeah, it's the same thing.
If you're a person with
Having VR goggles on is not the same thing. But, they're finding out that there's a lot of hinky stuff going on in these things too, and they're going to have to figure that out. Because that's bad for everybody involved. But you're going to have a hard time convincing people, that you are the victim of sexual assault in the metaverse.
am I an
Just people running around bumping into each other.
Am I an arsonist for setting dynamite in my mom's house in The Sims and blowing up all her Sims? Because that's what we used to do as kids. So now I'm gonna be charged for that.
I don't think that's what they're talking about. Again, there's not a person on the other end of your mom's house in The Sims.
But she's playing it, and those Sims are her people.
Right, but
Does
she's
your mom
not-
play The Sims?
Huh. All right.
She doesn't play with us anymore. She doesn't like.
Because you blow up her house.
She doesn't like playing with us anymore. Because we would.
She's got nowhere to live in there.
We would set up a whole bunch of dynamite in her house and then log out. And then
So
Did you
petty.
ever,
What?
for one moment,
mean.
try and make your mom's life better? Like, not for a moment.
Never
when she-
improved it.
she would log back in. She would log back in.
And her house is gone.
Everything is. Her Sims are running around. They're plugged in. They're like, they send like a little SOS sign, and they're like waving their hands, and they just burn alive, and her house just was like done. So you see, like the little plot that she lives in is just a big black hole.
Yeah, this guy. She wants to log on, put her feet up,
All
have
right,
a little bit of
relax,
fun.
relax.
Relax. Play a game.
She wants to escape her godforsaken children.
I'm sitting in my room, and she comes walking in. She said, "Why?" I'm like, "What?"
Like, not even, like, just defeated. Just defeated.
was like-
Not even screaming and yelling, just why?
She
Cody,
said-
why'd you do that?
Yeah, she was like, "Why?" I was like, "What?" She's like, "You know what? Why you blow up my people like that?" I was like, "I don't know." I thought that's what she's like. "I don't wish to play with you and your brother anymore because you guys don't play nice." And she never played with us again.
And by the time she logged back on, you had probably forgotten that you did it.
No, I remember.
Oh, you
'cause
did.
I knew she would.
You guys set a trap for her.
She was like, "I don't want to play with you guys anymore. You guys cheat." She said, "You guys cheat because we use like the cheat codes to have these huge, ridiculous mansions." She was actually trying to like pay her bills and like, have like a reasonable house, and we would be like the lot landlord, so we would have like huge mansions in this gated community, and she have this little dinky house. We're like, "Step your weight up, mom."
God.
So she doesn't play with us
How old
anymore.
were you when you were doing this?
Early teens. Oh, it brings tears to my eyes because we were so horrible. We just blow her people up.
Hilarious.
His poor mother.
I know.
Oh, you're so mean.
God, she just. She didn't know what she was getting into with you two. You specifically. Trying to live her life.
I've matured.
I'm going to take a break. If I'll have those, want to go to see Set It Off. You dig those guys? They're on the road. I have a couple of tickets for you to see them with some other bands. They're going to play end of March